Somewhere in a vault in Connecticut sits a book no one on Earth has ever been able to read. In the deserts of Africa, there's a bullseye so massive it can only be fully appreciated from space. And in 1977, a computer printed 3 letters that may be the closest thing to a message from another world we've ever received, and no one has ever explained where it came from. These aren't legends. They aren't campfire stories. They are documented, scientifically studied, and still, after decades of research, completely unsolved. Today, we're counting down the 7 mysteries that have humbled our greatest minds, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why some questions refuse to be answered. Human beings have always needed answers. It's wired into us, the itch to explain the unexplainable, to shine a light into every dark corner of the unknown. And for the most part, we've done a remarkable job. We've mapped the ocean floor, sequenced our own DNA, and sent machines beyond the edge of our solar system. But every so often, we run into something that simply refuses to make sense. A signal with no source. A structure with no clear builder. A puzzle so strange that even with all our satellites, supercomputers, and centuries of accumulated knowledge, we're left standing in the dark, asking the same question over and over: what is this? Tonight, we explore 7 of those moments. 7 mysteries that have outlasted the scientists who first studied them, and that continue, to this day, to baffle the very people whose job it is to know. Number 7. The Voynich Manuscript. In 1912, a rare book dealer named Wilfred Voynich was sorting through a collection in an old Jesuit college in Italy when he found something that shouldn't have existed. A manuscript, roughly 240 pages long, written entirely in a language no linguist, no cryptographer, and no machine has ever been able to translate. The book is filled with strange botanical illustrations of plants that don't appear to exist anywhere in nature, alongside diagrams of nude figures bathing in green liquid, and star charts that follow no known astronomical system. Carbon dating places the vellum to the early 15th century, which at least confirms it isn't a modern hoax. But that's where the certainty ends. Some researchers believe it's an elaborate medicinal or herbal text written in a lost dialect. Others suspect it's a constructed language, a kind of medieval code meant only for its author's eyes. And a smaller, more unsettling theory suggests the entire manuscript might be meaningless, an act of pure invention, designed centuries ago to fool exactly the kind of people who are still trying to crack it today. Modern artificial intelligence has been thrown at the problem. It hasn't worked. The Voynich manuscript remains, quite literally, unreadable. Number 6. The Taos Hum. In the early 1990s, residents of a small town in New Mexico began reporting something strange. A low, persistent humming sound, audible mostly at night, that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. It wasn't loud. In fact, most people in Taos couldn't hear it at all. But for roughly 2% of the population, the hum was constant, maddening, and impossible to escape. No microphone could record it. No seismograph could trace its source. The United States Congress even got involved, funding a study by a team of scientists from 4 different universities, equipped with sensitive listening devices designed to hunt the sound down. They found nothing. No external hum matched what the affected residents described. Theories have ranged from underground mining operations to secret military technology, from unusual atmospheric pressure patterns to a rare form of tinnitus triggered by environmental factors unique to the region. But here's the strange part: the Taos Hum isn't isolated. Similar phenomena have been reported in Bristol, England, in Windsor, Ontario, and in small towns scattered across the globe, each with the same maddening detail. Something is being heard. Nothing has ever been found. Number 5. The Baghdad Battery. In 1938, a German archaeologist working near Baghdad uncovered a small clay pot, barely 5 inches tall, containing a copper cylinder and an iron rod suspended inside it. On its own, unremarkable. But when modern researchers examined the object, they realized something extraordinary. If you filled that clay pot with an acidic liquid, like vinegar or grape juice, it would generate a small electrical current. Nearly a volt. The artifact is believed to date back almost 2,000 years, to a time long before Alessandro Volta invented the modern battery in 1800. So the question became unavoidable: did the ancient world understand electricity? Some researchers have suggested the device was used for electroplating, coating objects in thin layers of gold or silver using electrochemical reactions. Others argue it's a far simpler explanation: a container for storing sacred scrolls, its metal components an accident of function rather than design. No wiring, no light source, and no clear application has ever been found alongside it to confirm either theory. What we're left with is an object that technically works as a battery, sitting in a museum, built by people who, as far as recorded history tells us, had absolutely no reason to build one. Number 4. The Richat structure. Deep in the Sahara Desert of Mauritania lies a formation so vast, it wasn't fully understood until astronauts began photographing Earth from orbit. Nicknamed the Eye of the Sahara, the Richat structure is nearly 25 miles wide, a series of perfect concentric rings carved into the desert floor, visible from space like a target painted on the planet itself. For years, scientists assumed it had to be an impact crater, evidence of a massive asteroid strike. But careful geological surveys found no shocked quartz, no meteorite fragments, none of the telltale signatures an impact leaves behind. The current leading theory is that it's the eroded remains of a symmetrical dome of rock, pushed upward by volcanic activity roughly 100 million years ago, and slowly carved into rings by wind and water over an almost unimaginable span of time. It's an elegant explanation. But it doesn't fully account for the structure's near-perfect symmetry, or why nothing else quite like it exists anywhere else on Earth. Some fringe theories have even connected it to the lost city of Atlantis, pointing to its concentric rings as an eerie match for Plato's ancient description. Mainstream science dismisses that idea entirely, but it hasn't stopped people from looking at the Eye of the Sahara and wondering if the desert is hiding something more than sand. Number 3. The Sailing Stones of Death Valley. On a dry lakebed in California called Racetrack Playa, rocks move on their own. Some weigh only a few ounces. Others weigh over 600 pounds. And behind each one, carved into the cracked earth, is a long trailing groove, physical proof that these stones have traveled, sometimes hundreds of feet, without a single person, animal, or machine ever touching them. For nearly a century, this was one of the most confounding mysteries in American geology. No one had ever seen it happen. The stones only seemed to move when no one was watching. Explanations ranged from powerful desert winds to magnetic fields, from ice sheets to, inevitably, extraterrestrial involvement. It wasn't until 2014 that a team of researchers finally caught it on camera, using time-lapse photography and GPS-tagged stones. The answer turned out to be a rare, precise combination of conditions: a thin layer of water freezing overnight into a fragile sheet of ice, which then breaks apart under the morning sun into large floating panels, gently pushed by light wind, nudging the rocks across the mud beneath. It's a beautiful solution. But it raises its own question: why did it take until 2014, in an age of satellites and supercomputers, for anyone to actually witness something happening in our own backyard? Number 2, the Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, sponge divers exploring a Roman shipwreck off the coast of a small Greek island pulled up a corroded lump of bronze that looked, at first glance, like nothing at all. It sat in a museum for decades before anyone realized what they were actually looking at. Inside that lump were over 30 precision-cut bronze gears, interlocking with a level of mechanical sophistication that simply should not have existed in the ancient world. Using X-ray imaging, modern researchers eventually confirmed what seemed impossible: this device, built somewhere around 100 BCE, was an analog computer. It could track the position of the sun and moon, predict eclipses years in advance, and even account for the irregular orbit of the moon using a differential gear system that wouldn't be reinvented in Europe until the 14th century. Nothing else like it has ever been found from the ancient world. No simpler prototypes, no later imitations, nothing bridging the enormous technological gap between the Antikythera mechanism and the next device of comparable complexity, which wouldn't appear for well over 1,000 years. Historians are left with an uncomfortable possibility, that this wasn't an isolated act of genius, but the surviving fragment of an entire lost tradition of ancient engineering, the rest of which simply never survived to be found. Number 1. The Wow Signal. On the night of August 15, 1977, an astronomer named Jerry Emmon was reviewing data from the Big Ear radio telescope in Ohio, part of a project scanning deep space for signs of extraterrestrial life. Buried in the printout was a burst of radio energy so strong, and so precisely matched to the frequency scientists believed an alien civilization might use to communicate, that Emmon circled it in red pen and wrote a single word in the margin: wow. The signal lasted just 72 seconds, the exact window the telescope was positioned to observe before rotating away, and it came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. It has never repeated. Not once, in nearly 5 decades of searching, using instruments far more advanced than anything available in 1977. Scientists have proposed explanations involving comets, hydrogen clouds, and even reflected signals bouncing off orbital debris, but none of these theories have ever been proven, and each has been challenged by researchers who studied the data directly. What remains is one of the strongest candidates in the history of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence: a message-like burst of energy, from the right direction, at the right frequency, that vanished as quickly as it appeared, and never came back. Every mystery leaves behind a question that refuses to let us rest. We built science. We built technology. We mapped the entire planet. And yet, some things still stare back at us, as if to say, "You still don't know everything." Maybe that's the strangest part of being human. We keep chasing answers, while some secrets were simply built to stay secret. So next time you look up at the night sky, or hold something ancient in your hands, remember, it might be hiding something too. And if this journey into the unknown made you think, made you wonder, made you question everything you thought you knew, that's exactly why this channel exists. Hit that subscribe button, because there are far more mysteries out there. And we're just getting started uncovering them together.